Hola amigos, hola amigas, Dorian here from Hoover. Welcome, bienvenido, croeso, salam alaikum. Welcome to the channel, y'all. Howdy, y'all. Good day, and hope you are all well. So, what do we got today? We have got another part of the Hoover Junior Dirtsearcher Restoration. But first of all, these arrived in the post. So I have a pack of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and these are the little bulbs. These are the clear ones. Let me just take one out. That go all the way through, like so. So I'll be able to put one of these bulbs into the Dirtsearcher so that it will give a more even light over the lens when it's projected out. So that is that. Thank you very much for them. They will come in very handy, and one of them is going to go on this Dirtsearcher, so I shall put the rest back in the box and pop it there. So we're going to be working on the Brushroll. Now the brushes on this are in very good condition, I have to say, but the Brushroll itself isn't, so I need to take it out, and it's been in here for quite a while, so I need to be able to yank it out. And tell you what I'm going to do. Now if I get the string on this end, lift it up. Now on this end. Oh, sod it. There we go, it's come out. Right, so here we have the Brushroll, and it's moving around considerably well, considering. It's very, very rusted, and it looks absolutely awful. So what we're going to do, we're going to clean this up. So let me move you guys closer, and we'll take a look at the Brushroll. Okay, so I got you guys propped above, and as you can see, it's a bit mucky. So let me just clean off the dust. And what I have for this just here is a new set of Brushroll bearings for it. So what I need to do is to take this apart, which will be this end. One end will come off easier, and I'm going to lay it out so it's come out with the bearing attached, and as you can see, that is connected to it because of the hair. Now I'm going to get my little hammer. And I'm just going to tap on this end, and that will make this end pop out. So I'm going to take that out as it is. Let me get my gloves. And what I need to do now is to separate these ends, like down here. And how we do that is with a screwdriver, just work your way around. I'm going to try and get the brushes out. I'm just going to give a little tap just to try and loosen it off, and then you can use a screwdriver then to peel the cap off. There's one end. God, this is full of muck, look at it. And then the other end. Like so, and then you can pull out the brushes, and then we are left with the hollow but rather dirty Brushroll with the beta bars. So let me just get rid of this rubbish. So before I do anything to this, I'm going to wash it, so I'm going to put that to one side. Now when we come to the bearing, there are a sequence of, that's just years of hair just wedged around it, look. Just wrapped around it very, very finely. So just pull off the hair. And there you will find a little plastic washer or metal washer, and then that is the bearing there. So remember the washer. I thought there was another. I must have been wrong. Looks like I've got a piece of Shirley Temple's hair in here. I would be interested to do some DNA testing on this hair. Now let me take off the other end, and again that is the same. Look at it, absolutely matted in hair. That's the other part. Peel it off slowly. And there we go. Now where is the little washer? I think it's in amongst this hair. Yes, it is. Now you need these little rubber washers for spacing. At least I think it's in here. Where's the other little metal? Oh, I got Shirley Temple's hair, all in little ringlets. No, I don't think it's in there. There's one. No, we just removed the bearing anyway. It's not on there. So I'll just take that bearing off. And then look, this is just what was wrapped around the Brushroll. All that hair. It's incredible. And then we have the rod. And we have the end caps here. So just make sure that you have removed any detritus on it. So these parts need to get washed as well. So all of these can go in my water. I'm going to go and wash these now and dry them out. Get rid of Shirley Temple's pubes. Goodbye, Shirley. There we go. Right, okay, let me go and wash these parts, and then we will come back and we will clean them. So I'll see you guys in a minute. It's actually 4 hours later because I've been cleaning the pond filter, not the big one but the little one, and that took far longer than I thought. So these parts have had hours to dry, absolutely hours. So what I'm going to do is I need to, they're fine, that bit's fine, these bits need the rust taken off them. So what I'm going to do is Dremel them. Well, not Dremel, I'm going to use my drill and a wire thingy. Hang on. I have this gloves. And I'm going to take the rust off these. I'll do it the other way. Basically you just keep going until you have cleaned all the rust off. So I'll put you guys on fast forward, otherwise you'll be bored to tears. So that didn't take long to get the worst of the rust off. I even did it on the pole as well, but to actually really clean it up, I'm going to get some of my mother's mag and some wire wool. And I'm just going to rub this over it. Just like so. Little bugger, stay there. Just to clean that cap. And a bit on the other side. And just on the inside as well. The last bit on the pole, on the little rod. There we go, it doesn't take long at all. We're not looking for perfection, we're just looking for looking better and getting rust off. Grab some cloths. If I had something like an acid bath or a little sand blaster or metal blaster thing, these would come up, as I always say, as shiny as the top of the Chrysler building, but I don't. So I have to do these by hand. That looks better. And now the central rod. And there we go. That is so much better than what they were. So that's done, that's done, that's done. That's looking better. Put it in the trash. And now we got this. This desperately needs the paint taken off. So what I'm going to do again, this is a slow process. So I'm going to use this. And just carry on taking off all the rest of the paint on here, which is a quite slow process. So again, I will put you guys on fast forward. So this is now cleaned off, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to spray paint it. So I have some Hammerite here, direct to rust metal paint, and I have a cane. You might be asking, what's the cane for? Well, it's going to help me when it comes to the spray painting. So okay. Okay, so there we go. That does not take long at all. And I'm going to spray the ends of these caps as well. Make sure they're evenly coated. There we go. So we now have a gunmetal grey Brushroll. As you can see, that looks absolutely amazing. So I just need to leave this to dry for a few hours, and I'll come back to you. So there we go. We are done. That is sprayed and dry in a matter of 2 hours, and it looks fantastic. So now we need to put this thing back together. The brush strips I'm going to put back in because they look fine. So there we go. There's still life left in these brush strips, so they are in place. Now we're going to put these end caps on, like so. So there we go, those are the end caps in. I need my little pot of grease, and I've got the 2 new bearings. Which will come out. And what I'm going to do is put the pole through the end. Come on. Like so. And I'm going to put grease on the inside of this. Smush it around. Drop the bearing in. Like so. Let's not. There we go. Actually, hang on a second. In. Do the same with this end. Wipe my fingers. A little bit greasy. And oop. Make sure I put it in the right way. In we go. So now I'm going to put the take one of the bearings back out. push it through. Done this all ass backwards, haven't you, Joe? Start again. Right, put the bearing on there first. And the cover. These are eyelets, so I'm going to use that as the washer. I don't know if I'm going to need one or two yet. And just gently put that on. Might need two. Fingers a bit greasy. I think that'll be okay. Yeah, that's better. Let me just try it with one of those eyelets as a washer, just to see. Didn't think these inner parts were supposed to move. Is that broken? Oh, this is confusing. I'm sure that inner part is not supposed to move. I'm sure this is supposed to be solid, but this is moving. Let me take a look at this. Hang on a sec. Well, I've put it back together and it seems to be fine. It's not making too much of a scratchy noise, but I'll wait until it's in the machine. But that is now done, and we have one really, really lovely looking brush roll. Looks like new. Okay, so there we go. That is another part done and dusted. Now we have the main event. These I'm going to keep, by the way, because they're not completely knackered, so I will keep them in that little bag. I will put in a nice big splodge of grease to keep them moist, is my word du jour. And I will leave them in my little spares box over here. Voila, spare. These little eyelet things, they have come in very handy to use as replacement washers for them. So I will use them again in the future. And the brush roll is done. So thank you very much for watching. Please comment, like and subscribe for more videos. And I'll see you in the next one, where we start taking... This is the hard part now. This main part of the machine, this is where the work really begins. So join me in the next episode where we start doing work on the body. So I'll see you guys soon. Bye.